Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Pranam, pranam. So we are continuing with the same women topic. So here I'm going to, this is going to be a general lecture, not only daughter-in-law and mother-in-law problems, but generally how women should do her life in this material world. That is going to be our topic today. So far we were discussing what are the do's and don'ts for women, pros and cons of being in woman's body, and how to be successful. So we were seeing only women, how we can perform our duties here. So as I was always telling that these advices cannot be given to normal ladies. If I go and maybe I'm going to tell to the normal population also, but certain points only devotees can understand, because that part cannot be understood by non-devotees. Because unless we keep Krishna in the center of our life, certain points cannot be given to the public. But still we will try to explain this. So whether it is a relationship problem or survival in this material world, so in all such situations, what is expected from a woman? Now society is taking the woman in the wrong direction. Both devotee and non-devotee women are suffering. See, what is the purpose of this class? How we can peacefully perform our devotional service, being a woman, and go back home, back to God is the essence of our discussions. So a non-devotee ladies, if you see, they are more of bodily conscious. They don't know anything above than decorating their body, being in body. Mostly women carrier are, if you see, they are into modeling, they are into like attracting, using their women's body to attract people. Like if you see the job of air hostess, receptionist, like so many jobs taken by women just on the bodily platform. Some women are taking intellectual jobs also. Some take jobs of nurses, teachers, like that. There are variety. But now the boom is, if some women is beautiful, they choose career like modeling or in the cinema field or in this flight services. So one thing is, it is very, very painful to see that beautiful girls being born as a beautiful girl, because the first criteria they see in the flights and all, the girls should be beautiful. Then they choose. But what do? Though it is externally, it looks attractive salary and attractive this thing. But once they are born beautiful, but what kind of job they are doing? They are collecting the remnants, means collecting the food and giving them food in the flight. What they are doing? Service, right? Service means what? Supplying foods, drinks, and removing them, cleaning them. So a Brahminical wife, Brahminical ladies, like Vaishnavas, like we are devotees, however attractive the jobs may be, we are not going to go behind them. We serve in the temple, we serve in the houses, in our homes, and remain inside. We are Vaishnavis, and for us, going out, putting us in the ocean of misery is not required, because we know simple living and high thinking. I have seen some ideal devotee girls trained in South India. They choose simple devotees. They don't demand, when they want to get married, they don't demand, my husband should earn this much, that much. They say if he is a devotee, fine. Like they follow Devhuti. Devhuti was a princess who got married to Gardamuni. So we see the ideals of great women and we follow what is more important for us is Krishna-centered life. If we keep Krishna as the center of our life, we can win over any difficulties. Any difficulties. And as we always discuss in our classes, we have two eyes for women, two important duties. One is family, one is devotion, equally. Some they take up only devotion and they doesn't bother about the family. Some non-devotees, they take family duties but neglect devotional duties. But here we always get the advice from the sampradaya that we balance both in whatever condition we are in. We balance both devotional duties and family duties equally. One higher, one lower, or one lower, one higher, no. For us, both are equal and an intelligent. Here, we should, every time women fight, no, we are not less intelligent, we are equals. Here, devotee women should be very intelligent in balancing these two duties. So, devotee women are not less intelligent. The womanly character, which is described in the Shastra, that women are less intelligent, what it means. It is not that IQ which calculated by the people in this world. Intelligence means how a person handles difficult situation. Women are academically maybe intelligent because that's what we are seeing nowadays. Women are in so many first class job, top level jobs. The intelligence doesn't mean only academic intelligence. Intelligence has a wide range of definition. So, we devotee, once we get connected with the Guru Parampara, connected with the Shastra, and we are connected with the Sampradaya, like Guru Sadhu Shastra, if we are connected, then we are not less intelligent. We are not considered as ordinary women. We know what is our duties, but knowing that we follow strictly our Stri Dharma. When we follow the Stri Dharma, like last week we were discussing in Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 11th chapter, 25. Falini Mataji always tells us that we should follow this. This should be our mantra for women especially. So I found out that verse, that if you also please 7, 11, 25, you please see the Bhagavatam and then read this verse and understand this verse and follow this in your life. This is what expected from us. Strinam cha pati devanam chachrushanukulata tat bandhasva anuvrittischa nityam tat vrata dharanam. To render service to the husband, to be always favorably disposed towards the husband, to be equally well disposed towards the husband's relatives and friends, and to follow the vows of the husband. These are the 4 principles to be followed by women described as chaste. If you are described as a chaste woman, then we have to follow all these 4 important principles. That for us, husband is Guru, Pati Guru. So to render service to the husband and favorably disposed to the husband. So after marriage, in the beginning of your life, you should always, like not only in the beginning, till your death, always favorably disposed. Differences of opinion, fightings will happen with anyone's life. In anyone's life. Maybe not only with husband, with the husband's relatives, mainly the mother-in-law, which we were talking. But that should not be there within our heart and mind always, and that should not be our focus of our life. Like passing clouds, they should pass away. We may have differences of opinion, differences of ideas, and misunderstandings may happen that creates lots of disturbances in our life. The main teaching is when we follow Krishna conscious principles, all these things are silly matters and petty things. So when we follow higher rules, then we rise above from the lower levels. When we have devotion and service in the family, then we can balance. Many times misunderstanding happens. That is, I have seen, especially with the full-time devotees. They attend Mangalarti, they chant for 16 rounds, but they don't take care of children. They don't serve the husband. I have seen this in ISKCON. But balance is required. If you don't have a stage, if you don't have earth, where will we stand? Family life is a backbone for a woman. If you don't have a family life, where will you stand? If you don't have a board, where will you draw? So here, we females, women, devotee women should understand that the family is our support, backbone, in which we can run our life. So that's why I told both are important, very important. Sometimes we need to even compromise devotional things to take up a higher principle of no divorce, right? Because the women, I have seen many devotee women, they fight for, he's not a devotee, he is this, that, they fight divorce, but get married again. But that is very, very bad. Very bad. They fight, they say that this man is associating with, he is having illicit sex, so I'm divorcing him. But what happens then? They, after some time, they get married again. And this is also the same thing. For women, divorcing and marrying again is not accepted in the Shastra. Some unexpected, some unusual, some unfortunate things may be there. But generally, we become strong to tolerate any kind of situation, negative situations. That's why it is repeatedly said that we need to be internally very strong. When we become internally very strong, by doing our devotional service and performing our homely duties, then we get the support from everywhere. We get the support from everywhere, and we can successfully lead our life. You see the outsiders, because we devotees are very, in a very secured very secured atmosphere generally, mostly the devotee husbands agree that we don't go for a job, then we are very safe. Mostly they understand the principles, how a woman should be taken care. So we are in the very safe situation. Whereas the non-devotee ladies, they run rat race. They run like rats in the society to earn money, to go here and there, and their life is very unsafe. Every day we watch so many news that how women is abused, how women is harassed, all these things. But when a woman takes up higher principles, whatever calamity is there in her life, she can cross over it, which we can see in lives of many Vedic ladies. In present day also, I have seen many wonderful ladies, devotee ladies, who came across with so many harassments in their life. I have seen successful devotee ladies. They tolerated their situation and they never divorced. They are chanting, they are reading Bhagavatam. They don't even tell what is happening inside. I have seen such ladies in my life. Ultimately, they become real gurus. The guruship is not awarded to them. The guruship is not awarded to them, but by being an exemplary ladies, they are gurus only for the society. They are not famous like so many famous ladies. Some may not even know, like very beautiful, very chaste, but simultaneously tolerated everything and they crossed over all their problems. I have seen in my life personally. There are such wonderful devotee ladies who then, this verse is coming, na Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nashoshati Na Kanshati Samahas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. They don't have any lamentation and they don't have any expectation. No lamentation, no expectation. So they are ideal. They remain simple. They are not gurus. They are not brahmacharis. Or they are not any big politicians. But they are successful in tolerating their life situations. This is success, definitely success. So I remember the story of which I missed in our discussions previously is Damayanti. The story comes in Mahabharata. It's a very big story, very beautiful story. If a woman wants to remain chaste, if a woman wants to dedicate her life to her husband and family, definitely, however the situation may be, even the sunny day disturbs her, she can be successful. That's what I learned from story of Damayanti. Briefly, I will describe how she was successful. Here, Damayanti's husband Nala is also equally great personality. But our focus is Damayanti alone. We'll go through her quickly and get whatever lessons we can learn from her. Damayanti, from the beginning, she wanted to be chaste. And that chastity was protected. Yes, she fell in love with this Nala, but she was the beauty queen of that age, like devotee. So even the demigods wanted to marry her. Her competition was very heavy. 4 demigods wanted to marry her. Indra, Chandra, somebody. In her Swayamvar, Nala was there. But the demigods know that she is in love with Nala. So all of them, there are 4 demigods who came in the form of Nala. So, but she prayed that she wanted to marry only Nala. So she was praying to the Lord so that she can identify Nala. Because she wanted to be chaste, because she loved him only, not anyone else. Then she could see that these demigods were not standing on the ground. They are 1 or 2 feet height. Their feet are not touching the ground. And the garland they wear didn't get faded, but Nala's garland was faded, like, becoming dull. So he was sweating and these people were not sweating. Then she identified this is Nala and these people are demigods. That's how our prayer. Because, see, when demigods compete, it is difficult to, demigods are higher living beings. And it's difficult to, face them. for ordinary people. But because she is very faithful, she wanted to be chaste, demigods cannot stop her from this decision. So, but after that, the Shani gave them a curse that somehow I will destroy them. Shani is the very strong graha planet which can destroy any human being, anybody's life. But all those period, she survived. When husband didn't have anything, he was king, but he lost everything in gambling. And he lost everything, even the clothes. Somehow she protected her children and sent them to her parents' place. But she was wearing only one cloth, one sari, and her husband was not having anything. So she was sharing her clothes with him in the forest. They were thrown into the forest. So there also Nala thought she is a princess. She should not suffer like me. She should go back to her parents' house. So let me get separated from her. He got separated from her. So here is the biggest mistake Nala did. But Damayanti underwent a lot of problems because of that. Then she was chased by an hunter, but he himself got burned. She underwent so much problems in protecting her chastity, but because of her very strong determination and devotion, these two things protected her. This is a big story. So later they reunited, Nala and Damayanti. It's a big story, so I'm not going to narrate everything here. The point which I was telling is that she underwent because women alone in any yuga is difficult, not easy, very difficult. But because of her faith, because of her devotion, because of her determination, she escaped the dangerous situations. Like, any Vedic women, they all also underwent, but they were all determined. Like, see, Mother Sita, Draupadi, they were all determined women in their vows. So Damayanti also underwent so many difficulties. Finally, she goes back to her parents' house. And then it's a big story, Then later she brings the Nala to her parents' country. Then when the period of suffering goes up, they regain everything back. But the devotee women, like the point of telling is, ups and downs may be there in the life. In all conditions, we should be determined to serve husband, family, and also continuing our devotional life. Okay, now I have problems, so I lose my faith. I have problems, so I become like a normal lady. I see even I'm living in a big devotee community. I don't know, because of Western influence, they keep changing the husbands. And they give hundreds of reasons for that. But the Matajis, the women who are trained properly in Krishna consciousness, we should follow these basic principles. Then only our success will happen. Then only we will be able to tackle from small problems to big problems. Otherwise, then we will remain as normal only. The devotion which we have taken up, Srila Prabhupada, the package which Prabhupada gave us, will have no effect on us unless we follow all these things. Unless we become seriously taken up Krishna consciousness. So for us, it's a different angle. For a brahmachari, it is a different angle. For women also, it is very important. Like in Sistashtakam we see na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. For us also. So when you see that brahmacharya and Krishna consciousness, it is written there how a brahmachari should lead his life. For us also, how a grahini, how a married woman, how a unmarried girl should be careful in her life. It's not only for them, for us also. For us also, equally, it is important that how we live our life. For them, different set of rules. For us, different set of rules. So, we have to follow the Stri Dharma centered in our, like Krishna in the center of our life. We go ahead with our life. Then we become successful. It is not that we are getting too much attached with male body. Like husband means, okay, Savitri was so much attached to Satyavan. That is not attachment, that is real love. What Savitri had was real love. That's why she could see Yamaraja. Otherwise, how it is possible to see Yamaraja? We see so many love stories now. Will those women will see Yamaraja? Is it possible? Not possible. For our ISKCON ladies especially, we need to learn the basic lesson that our prime duty is to take care of the family, and internally we should be completely Krishna conscious. Both should be equally important. Many think that I do service in the temple, but in the house, it's okay. But the house is also a temple, right? As I told you before also, some they attend Mangala chanting, but other duties, children are left somewhere. I have seen many Matajis, full day they are out only, full day, morning till evening, full day out. But family duties, who will do? Who will take care of the children? Here also babysitting is going on. Can you imagine? In Mayapur. That is the worst thing you can ever do. Children should never be given, okay, when you are sick, when you have other duties, when you are tired, or when some unusual reason comes, that time you can give it to your dear ones. But not, it should be everyday practice. I have seen some Matajis are paid to keep their children, but what the hell you are doing? You are not cooking, you are not cleaning, what are you doing? So we have to understand, if the family should be in Krishna conscious, means that is with the woman only, not with men. Men's duty is to bring money and protection. Different departments, right? Money, management, protection. That is men's duty. Cleaning, cooking, taking care of children, taking care of relatives is women's duty. House management and house financial condition, financial duties are husbands. The duties are divided. It cannot be interchanged. Then it will become awkward situation. Imagine if a woman is earning and husband is doing the household chores. Woman is going out, husband is cooking, cleaning, and taking care of children. It doesn't work out like that. And coming to the part of taking care of husband's family, there is no question of women's family. Unless if the girl is only one daughter and the parents to be taken care, and the husband agrees for it, then she can take care of her parents. Otherwise, her prime duty is to take care of his parents, husband's parents. So last week I was discussing that many mother-in-laws disturbed the daughter-in-law's life, and many daughter-in-laws disturbed the mother-in-law's lives, which we have discussed elaborately. So whether it is mother-in-law or daughter-in-law, they should understand that this is a very temporary, because mother-in-law will become old and go away. Some daughter-in-laws used to tell me that, Mataji, that is not possible because, she may live longer than me. Let her live, no problem. Because I have seen my mother-in-law's mother-in-law lived, my mother-in-law passed away due to so much stress. Mother-in-law's mother-in-law lived a long time. So it may happen, but we are not worried for that. Being devotee women, we are not worried how much we are going to live, all these things. But generally, as time passes, all these problems also goes away. And the main point I wanted to tell you, which I missed last week's, is that if we see the Vedic women, there is no such problems existed among them. Like Sita was very loving towards Kausalya. Have we seen anything like that in Ramayana and Mahabharata? Draupadi was so obedient to Kunti Maharani. They were always together. Have we seen any mother-in-law, daughter-in-law fightings in all this Vedic history? No. Some other problems were there, but not this petty. I think these things came in the advance of Kali Yuga and petty-mindedness, envy, jealous, possessiveness. What is this possessiveness? Right? We know the philosophy, then now we can act sentimentally. We cannot act sentimentally. But such things should be eliminated from our minds, from our dirty mind. These are all impurities of the material world, which the devotee women should not be affected. That's what I'm going to tell. We are devotee women, and we should show some extraordinary behavior. That is what expected from us. So one girl was always having a problem with a non-devotee in-laws. I keep on tell her. Our main problem is she can maintain her Krishna consciousness, but she cannot maintain the Krishna consciousness of the children because mother-in-law was not a devotee. And she keeps feeding them unwanted things. Here comes the clash. So you may also have the same question. If mother-in-law is not a devotee, if daughter-in-law wants to be a devotee and she wants to follow the principles, mother-in-law always watches TV, the children go and sit there. I can control myself, but my children get spoiled. All these questions arise. How to handle them? I kept on telling that girl that if your children wants to become, your children, if they are devotee, nobody can stop their devotional service. You remain Krishna conscious, you remain always, you chant your rounds, you follow Krishna consciousness. By seeing your seriousness, your children will automatically come. Though temporarily they may go behind all these things. They may do all these stupid things along with your grandmother. But that cannot be continued because mother is a strong devotee. That impact will be there on the children's life. So I told her, don't worry about this. Don't fight for this with your mother-in-law and father-in-law. Just leave it. Just leave it. Fighting will not help. Getting angry will not help. Is not going to help at all. If you are very angry on them, in what way it is going to help? It won't help. In fact, it will give a reverse reaction. And they don't understand you. So you have to keep quiet, tolerate the situation, and you put the positive things for your children. Tell them attractive Vedic stories. teach them Ramayana, teach them Mahabharata, always chant morning and evening, lit diya in your house and make a small kirtan. Always cook nicely and offer prasadam to the children. One day they will come. They will not be attracted to the other things. Maybe temporarily they will be affected, but later they will understand my mother is a very strong devotee. I want to be like my mother. They will change. The devotional things which they watch on you will have a good impact on their memory. Oh, my mother was always chanting. She never wastes time. She doesn't watch all these things. She's perfect. So all these things will have an impact on the children. So don't worry. Don't worry if the mother-in-law and father-in-law, they are not devotees. If they watch TV, let them watch. They should be ashamed. After sometimes they will be ashamed. Like, you see my daughter-in-law, she never watches any movie or any theater, anything like that. She doesn't eat. She doesn't have a craziness to eat outside food. How disciplined she is. They should get scared of you. But when they offer with love, if they cook without onion garlic, if they offer with love, there you should not show, oh, I'm a devotee, I don't. In a family, you cannot do this. Devotion is something very internal. Then we cannot, if they offer it with love, we should accept. I have seen some ladies, they go to husbands, family members, and if they are not devotees, they don't like to eat there. That is once in a while. They are our relatives, and if the relatives are vegetarians and they are ready to cook without onion and garlic, you offer it and take it. Because we need to please the relatives also. Once this happened in my life, my relatives are always very good, my family members, and they cook without onion and garlic, and I go there and offer and then take. But we traveled around the globe. So in Europe, I put my son in school, and in the school he got some schoolmates, friends, and one French lady became close to me, and she knows that I don't take anything outside. She knows. One day she told, Geeta, if I cook in a very clean vessel, in a good conscience. She spoke very good English. She's a French lady, but she spoke very good English. Every time we meet, I always give her and I don't take her. One day she really felt that she should give something to me, and she said, I will cook in a good conscience. I said, of course, I will accept. Because, Krishna sees this love and sincerity. I cannot, no, I'm a devotee. There, this many times she tolerated being my friend. Every time I carry food, we used to go for picnics. She took me to some Indian cultural programs. Very unusual friendship. Still, we have some connection with Facebook and all. Very good lady, very good Christian. She had 3 children. I was, other ladies, they smoke, go here and there. She was different and sincere, very good person. So I got to have her association. Very friendly, very helpful also. Then I accepted. Yes, one time she cooked for me some sweets. So we need to understand and accept the love from our relatives, because then they are adjusting, right? We are devotees, they are adjusting to certain level. When we go there, they cook in different vessels and take an effort. Okay, these people doesn't eat onion and garlic, they cook for us. So at such situations, we should not fight with them, we should not criticize them, we should not think them as non-devotees, because we were also non-devotees at one time. So that thinking that, and the internal strength is not by all this. These things are external. Definitely we need to eat prasadam and other things. But sometimes when relatives are there, then there we have to adjust. There we cannot put fighting, we cannot hurt the family members. There we have to adjust and pray sincerely inside the heart that not for my sense gratification I am doing this. This is the point of survival. So offer, and then internally you pray to the Lord and then take it. So I have seen many ladies, their husbands are not devotees, in-laws are not devotees. They have to survive all these kind of things. In house you can manage, but when you go out with them, there internally you have to offer everything. Internally you have to be strong, but no, fighting will not help. Fighting, grudging, all these things will not help us. Okay, some things like this. Yesterday, I was in talk show of Mayapur TV. There one question came that if the mother-in-law want the daughter-in-law to be very modern, but the daughter-in-law is an initiated devotee, but mother-in-law, if she is not a devotee, if mother is not a devotee, and she wants to be like in the society, you see my daughter-in-law, how fashionable she is. So that was the mood, right? So what I suggest in this situation is, when you were with such relatives, you be like them, but not too much exposing the body. If you wear a chudidar, you should put dupatta. You should cover the breast properly, openly. I am telling. Some wear that skirt and one top and then no dupatta. It looks very bad, very very bad. I have seen girls wearing gopi dress and no dupatta. You remain modern, but cover the body properly. If you don't cover the body properly, then what is the point of being putting? I have seen this is, I'm not telling about non-devotees. This is about devotees. I have seen devotees showing their navel and showing the back. So this is not advisable for us. And so for such mother-in-law, or if you are in such a society, there for time being you can be modern, but without breaking the principle of exposing the body too much. If the mother-in-law is a devotee, you can make her understand. Mataji, we are devotees. Our Gurudev, Prabhupada, they told us to be in dressing, we have to be in proper dressing. There is a new trend of wearing gopi dress. For your kind information, gopi dress is only for unmarried girls. In South India, this half sari, it is called as half sari. But that too, the half sari should be, one should cover the breast properly. So that ISKCON has a speculation of gopi. Gopis can wear gopi dress, not ordinary girls or ladies. I have seen 50-year-old Mataji wearing gopi dress. Gopis are 15, 16 young girls, not 50 old. We have our dress code. Prabhupada specifically, clearly told us what we should wear. But so many speculations are there. So many speculations are there. So I have cultivated many persons. So one Mataji is in Western country. And I gave her Krishna consciousness basics, but she went to different country and then she became a devotee and came to Mayapur to take darshan, and also she met me. And she was in gopi dress, married, children. Then I said, gopi dress is not for us. And she is, of course, from South India, basically from South India. Then she said, no, that is for you. In your group, you wear sari. In our group, you see, in our country, all Matajis wear anything they want to wear. We are all modern. We are all up to date. That is you, not for you, not for us. Like that she spoke. But anyone, rule is rule. The consciousness will change. You wear a gopi dress, you wear a sari, you cover the head, and you don't put any extra things, you remain humble. Also, she said when we went to Yatra, she thought everybody will come in sari. But everybody, when they traveled, they wear a comfortable dress. And she was upset because, all were modern and I am traditional. We devotees should not feel for such things. We have higher goals, right? We want to be strong. We want to go back home, back to Godhead. Then we follow what Prabhupada said. But in between, if these people are not following, that is their problem, not our problem. We should be what we are. We have to be. Right? So these excuses, all of them are modern. They wear anything. Mostly here in Mayapur, they wear any dress and come. They don't put any dupatta and they open the hair. By seeing Western Matajis, many Indian Matajis, they dressed like that. Sorry, this is not serious devotion. We may be conservative, no problem, but we have given the dress code. Imagine if a brahmachari wear a pant shirt and go, then we will consider him as a brahmachari. It's difficult, no? Once I went to one country for summer camp, and Saffron brahmachari was there giving class. And I was very astonished to see him because, something is wrong with him. Something is wrong with him. Then I identified that he has a full hair, like any or saffron dress, but hair is there, full hair. For us, it is very unusual. Brahmachari means he's not bothered about the hair. He shaves, dedicates his beauty, renounces his beauty, right? That's the concept. That is the principle of a brahmachari. How it looks very odd. We initiated devotees, we have a rule that we should be like this. So when I see some 50-year-old, 60-year-old Matajis wearing gopi dress, it looks very awkward. That means we are still in the bodily conscious. Okay, we should be decent, pretty decent. But only makeup, only this is not our goal, no? Then we will end up here. We will be held up here. So that discrimination we should develop. That we should teach. Okay, in this group, all are very nice. I know everyone personally. But why, Mataji, you are telling us this video I am going to put in public? Those who listen, they will follow. If they want to advance in devotional service, they should follow. One reason, and second reason, you can guide others. That according to my mind, I will lead my life. Whatever is suitable for my mind, I will take. Whatever doesn't suitable for my mind, I will reject. That won't, Krishna consciousness. In that way, it won't work out. It won't work out. Then we are here, not there. So that's we are here in ISKCON, but so many ideas, so many disturbances, misconceptions happen here. Like I told, no, that Mataji was saying it's for you, not for me. No, it is for everyone. 16 rounds are for everyone, right? A brahmachari should shave his head, wear saffron, is brahmachari standard. For a woman standard, wearing a sari, covering the head, taking a central partition, putting, if you are married, put red kumkum here. All these things are it's basics. If you say it is not for me because I am in foreign country, I can be in any, then if you are in foreign country, don't take initiation. Don't be serious. Don't be serious. Don't think of going back home, back to God. If you are in foreign country, wherever you are, you want to go back home, back to God, right? That is the goal of devotee's life. I'm not saying that is the goal of human life. Goal of human life is go back home, back to God. But now I have to tell like this. This is the goal of devotees. Oh, I am living in Western countries, so I have the freedom. I have a complete freedom. I can be whatever I am. I can make 2, 3 divorces and sit in Vyasas and give class. That way it doesn't work out. Then our words will not have power. If we may sit and do, I have seen some ladies like that. Then we don't have qualification. Then we will not have qualification to speak. Qualification to speak. There is a qualification to speak. We don't follow means then we will lose the. We may even speak, but that won't have effect. If I am not a good daughter-in-law, if I speak, nobody is going to listen to me. If I don't serve the family, if I don't take care of the family properly, if I tell that, nobody is going to follow what this lady is speaking. I will remain a wrong example. Right? So, our dear ladies, my teaching, my suggestion, I cannot say, I cannot instruct. My suggestion is, however simple we are, like we may not be very visible in this material world. Because definitely we are not going to build up our career. We are not going to become any model or any cinema actress or politician, this or that and that. Nothing. We are going to be as simple as possible, as hiding as possible. But ultimately, Krishna will be pleased. And we'll go back home, back to God. This is a secret. We can be very simple and go back. Nice. No? We are not bothered about how many likes my videos get, how much I go viral, how much I gain popularity, how much not doesn't matter for us. How much internally we are strong. How much Krishna is pleased with me. That all matters for us. Other things are not matter. So sometimes we may do service, very good service in the house, which may not be appreciated. But Krishna is seeing that. Sometimes we may be a great devotee also. Some of you may be a great devotee, which may not be visible. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. In Mayapur, there is a very heavy competition for any service. For any service, you cannot go inside there. Very difficult to get in because that competition is here. But we can do in a house, no competition, no. Why we compete? I always think in temple, if so much competition is there, better I will do the service in the house. Right? But maybe you people are in different congregation where your services are needed. I have seen many devotees here who do service in the temple because your service is needed there. But in Mayapur, it's 7,000 devotees are there. So we have heavy competition here, but still we do get a lot of service. Lot of service. I try to balance my life with family and devotion. So I expect you also to do this. And if you have any kind of difficult situation, please approach senior devotees. We are here to help you. And there are so many phone calls nowadays coming, but I am ready to help you and ready to support you. So any kind of such things, please contact us. Please, you can raise here also so that others will be benefited. If you have any doubts in following all these principles, please let me know. Any questions? It may be a very silly problem, petty problem, or maybe a big problem. Please, you can ask her.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Yes, Mataji. You can speak.
माता जी,
You can.
हाँ हाँ माता जी, मैं बोल रही हूँ एक आप जो बोले हैं ना, फैमिली में कोई अगर आपको कुक करके दिए दे तो आपको खाना चाहिए
Hmm.
प्रसाद भोग लगा के।
Hmm.
तो कोई नॉन वेजिटेरियन हो तो उनके हाथ से भी खा सकते हैं क्या?
और वो क्लोज रिलेटिव तो क्या करेंगे? वो
वही डिफिकल्ट हो जाता
आपका ननंद हो, आपका सासू माँ हो,
है।
तो खाना ही पड़ेगा। उधर झगड़ा।
एक्चुअली एक्चुअली हम लोग मेरा जो ससुराल है
हम्म,
वहाँ मेरा जो मतलब इनका जो भैया का जो वाइफ मतलब मेरा जो जेठानी
जेठानी
होते हैं
या
ना,
जेठानी।
हाँ जेठानी, हाँ वो और मेरे सासू माँ भी उन लोग नॉन वेज खाते हैं। मगर हाँ एक सुविधा है, मेरा जो ससुराल है वहाँ वासुदेव का मंदिर है। तो इनके जो दादाजी थे वो पूरा वैष्णव थे। तो
हम्म,
मैं वहाँ जाकर कुक करके भोग लगा के खाती हूँ, तो
हम्म,
उन लोग का कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
तो ठीक है।
तो ठीक है ना?
Very
कभी
good. Very
फास्ट
good. If they understand that you are a devotee, you don't take anything from their hand. If they don't demand, then it is nice situation. You follow. Okay, that's good.
ओके
But if they demand, you are our daughter-in-law, and you have to eat what I cook, then you have to once in a while. If your husband also wants that to be, then you have to adjust. You have to adjust.
ओके माता जी।
Hare
माता
Krishna.
जी और एक क्वेश्चन थे।
Hmm.
वो जो हम लोग को जो हेड कवर करके रखना पड़ता है,
Hmm.
एक्चुअली गर्मी में बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है तो
Ah,
उस टाइम।
yeah, that's good. उसमें no problem because in a house I also don't cover my head.
Sorry, Mataji, can you translate the question? Kamila Mataji may not understand.
Understand. Sorry. So now Sulakshana Mataji was asking, first question I will tell. Sulakshana Mataji was asking that if my mother-in-law is a non-vegetarian, if she cooks purely for me, should I take or not? I said you have to take because mother-in-law is very close relative. You cannot say no to her. That if your husband agrees and it is once in a while, you have to go ahead with that. Okay. But Sulakshana Mataji said in her mother-in-law's house, there is a temple, Krishna temple, where she goes there. In the temple, she cooks and offers and takes, and mother-in-law have no problem for that. Then okay. Then the situation is ideal. If the mother-in-law wants you to take, then you have to offer it and take, whether she is a non-vegetarian or vegetarian. You have to, when she cooks, uh, and you offer it and then take it, because fighting should not happen, and it should not be a daily practice. Once in a while, if you meet them and if they offer it, if they expect that you have to take it, then full heartedly, because she is your husband's mother. Don't forget this. She has given birth to him, whom you are enjoying now. So in that way, you have to take it, because anyway, their karma is there with you. Today you are a devotee, but the relation is there still. Okay, this is one question. And the second question was, to cover the head always 24 hours is difficult. But in the temple, in when devotees come, maximum you try to be like this.
माता जी ये क्यों है, क्यों कवर करते हैं हम लोग ये हेड?
No,
ये
no.
कोई पूछता है मुझे तो मैं आंसर नहीं दे पाती हूँ एक्चुअली।
क्यों cover करते हैं head?
हाँ हेड।
Because there are so many reasons. I will tell one by one. This air, no, when we cook, the air flies and sits in the food. For that, we cover one reason. And the other reason is the hair is the one which makes the women beautiful. If it is covered, nothing is visible. Correct?
ओके
Most part is covered at the back also. If you cover the head, so the back, everything is covered. A little face is open, right? So women should,
Yes.
in some places I have seen in this Vrindavan, UP area and all, they are covering like this. For us, it is little bit difficult. Not that much. We are very strict with our coverings. We are okay with this normal covering. But when you are alone in the house, you are with your family members, this is okay. You need not cover like this. Some they
Thank you,
want to
Mataji.
cover always. If they are ready, then fine, good. But
Thank you, Mataji.
I'm not covering always. But in devotional when devotees are there, I go to temple. So when other devotees come, that time I cover. Otherwise, because I am a South Indian and covering head in South India is opposite. There in South India, in devotee circle, I cover my head, but otherwise I don't do, because in South Indian culture, only widows cover their head. So I don't do that there. Among our relatives, I don't cover my head, or at least cover my shoulder, but I don't cover my head, because there it is widows only cover their head in South Indian culture. North Indian culture, it's okay. Yes.
Mataji, that was my question also. Here in South India or even in Maharashtra, if you cover your head, it is very odd.
Yeah, there
Even
you
in
don't
temple.
cover, no, but only in devotional situations, like when we are with our Vyasa Puja or temple, there you cover, otherwise you don't cover. My all South Indian friends here in Mayapur, they don't cover their head, because that's not their practice. I don't mistake them, but they dress very modestly. But as far as devotees are concerned, I always cover my head among devotees. Relatives and South Indian visits, I don't cover, because there it is a different culture. So you change, no, a little bit change. You can, no, right? So, any other question? Anything difficult to follow? Whatever I said. Keeping quiet. Ruchira, any difficulties?
No, Mataji, many of my questions got answered today. Like you
Very nice.
answered
Yeah.
many of the questions I had in my mind. Thank you
Very
so
nice.
much. Yeah, I'm trying my level best to balance both, as you have taught, non-devotee family and like the two eyes you always say, na, one is for the family and one for your spiritual
Yes. Then Krishna is
journey.
pleased.
Yeah.
So one more
Yes,
thing I
yes.
want to tell is that by doing devotion, you are not superior to your husband. Many women think that
Yes.
devotees,
No.
even if devotee marriage, if a devotee, the girl is initiated, the boy is not initiated. If the girl or both are initiated, because the Mataji is always in house doing so many services, she thinks that she is great, and started dictating the husband. Even you know more than your husband, your duty is not to tell. You are not the guru of your husband. Your husband is a non-devotee. But if he takes up Krishna consciousness by seeing you, or by the influence of senior devotees, that's fine, good. But you don't become his guru. If he is willing, okay, my wife is a devotee, I will also accompany her for temple, I will also chant. If he takes up by himself, that's okay. But you cannot order, you cannot force, you cannot ridicule. You should not think in your mind, he's a karmi. I have seen such ladies. Is a karmi, like that they think. No. In what way you can become better than him? In this lifetime, we have taken devotion for short while. very short period. Where we are devotees, we are not devotees. We have started. That's all. That should be there within our heart. So husband is always superior.
Yes, Mataji. Many misconceptions. Many people were misguiding earlier. I am into this practice since 13 years and never felt the way you are guiding now. Like earlier, there were like guidances, but they were like opposite to what you are saying. So sometimes we are misguided also, and it creates problems. Like, mm, yeah,
Even if
now
you,
though we've
our
got the basic thing.
this is perfectly by our spiritual master and Srila Prabhupada.
Yes, yes. Because there are devotees who are like guiding you to be like very rigid and very firm in your devotion, and whatever happens in your family, they say, don't bother about that. You have to come for this program. Like there are things, different t- kinds of. And earlier, when you are new into this practice, you don't have so much knowledge. You are naive, like so. It's better like we have been like guide since the time you have guided, things have changed. Now things are better. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. No, no, no. We don't do that. And many times I preach to Matajis and the husband are not devotee, family are not devotees. We say that you don't ridicule them, be with them, and but don't compromise in your practices. Okay, don't go out or like for example, some different situations, different things we do advise. On Mataji, her husband is a devotee. Children are not devotees, right? They are in Western country. So husband came for yatra 10 days before with other devotees and he felt very bad. But wife didn't. Wife is also initiated devotee. And our children, they are grown up. In Western country, you have the freedom. When they have holidays, they go. They go out. When they have holidays, they leave the mother and go. But this mother idiot who is a devotee, when husband went for yatra, she never visited Mayapur or Vrindavan. But these children, they leave her and go for fun trips, tours. Then I called her and told her, why you are like this? You could have accompanied your husband who is a devotee. What is this stupidity? Yeah, family duty is definitely important. If they are handy children, they are grown up and they leave her and go. So here you need to use your intelligence. Now I cannot compromise my Krishna consciousness. The family duty is important. Where and how you should have apply your intelligence. Like till lifetime, the non-devotee children, they abuse you, they misuse you. There I give them, okay, now, now it is time for you to retire, and then, do your bhajan. It will continue otherwise with the non-devotees. There I tell that. Now your life is settled. You have settled everybody. You and your husband take vanaprastha, settle in Dham, and finish off all these things. So many times they don't follow. They are attached to the family. Attachment to the family is not recommended. Dutifully, you should be dutiful. You should be loving. There is a difference between love and attachment. Until your duties, you have to do with love, you have to settle them, then you have to retire. There is a period, vanaprastha period. That time also, if you have attachment, and they lifelong they will eat non-veg, lifelong they watch movies, lifelong they rot in the material world, you cannot go behind them. There will be a point where you have to come with your husband. Here, point the point, note the point, with your husband to vanaprastha life. I hope that time husband will understand and this is the right path, I should follow my wife. He will come. I have seen some husbands after retirement, they come, they accompany their wives. They are not serious devotees, but for safety measure, they come with their wives. I have seen many. They are retired, and then a wife comes for Vyasa Puja and Yatras. He will be in the room only. But the Mataji comes for all the programs. Nice, no? Okay, that much he changed. I have seen some couples like that. So one point, you have to be strong. Okay, now it is duty, you have to be there. But this case I told, no, there you should not be stupid also. Cases to cases, some advices may have changes, but the basic principle is this, okay? Family and devotion.
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Both are two eyes for us. Any other? And one more thing I forgot to tell you all, that like for example, we should follow the devotional principles. Maybe the husband and in-laws may not follow. There, you need to be very clear, like, I want to chant, I want to not to eat non-veg and other stuff. I don't want to watch movies. For this, you need not fight. Here, you have to quietly, humbly do whatever you want to do, but don't fight. If they criticize, just tolerate. You can continue to be a devotee, doing your duties nicely, then they will keep quiet. Okay, she is doing her duty. She's cooking in time. Perfectly, she's doing her duty. Then they will not question you. This question should not arise. In time, if you give them prasad, in time you do your household course, in time you manage everything, then they will not force you. This is another secret. And there, Guru Maharaj and Prabhupada says that we need not fight, verbal fight and internal fight. All these things should not be there. Openly you have to tell, humbly you have to tell that I am like this, I am following devotional life, but I will do my duties humbly. I will respect you. You are my elders. That thing, if we are very clear, they will not disturb us. Like they are not disturbing Sulakshana Mataji. Her mother-in-law is allowing her to cook in the temple and eat prasadam. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So, very nice.
माता जी अगर कुछ पर्सनल क्वेश्चन हो तो आपको फोन कर सकते हैं
कर सकते हैं, व्हाट्सएप में मैसेज कीजिए और
अच्छा
टाइम देख के हम बात करेंगे. ठीक है.
ओके माता जी थैंक यू
Any other questions you can ask personally also or in the group also. Next week onwards, as much as possible, we will wind up the subject and go to Bhagavatam prayers. Okay. Or any other doubts, Shraddha Mataji and other Matajis can put, or again I will bring out the nice points here, discussion here. Okay. Thank you all. Vancha kalpadarubhasya kripa sindhibhyevacha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna.